Your prophet of God, by the grace of God, has been given the grace and the ability and the power to know the spiritual things and prophesy things that are surely going to happen. So, my followers and my sons and my daughters all over the world, I want you to get ready and be ready for the prophetic explosions and prophetic revelations and prophetic expositions and prophetic detailing that will detail to every secret thing that are in the realm of the spirit to tell you what is going to be the next line of action. Because right now, election is said, and the people are asking different questions. Some people come and say, Major Prophet, who is going to be the next president of this country? Who will win the election? And who is going to happen? And some people are going to ask, is the election going to hold? What and what is going to happen? All of these things are things that are already in the realm of the spirit, and it's only the spiritual realm that can detail what is going to happen in the future. But in going to the physical realm, everything is already tabulated and already taking shape. And we begin to ask a question: is Peter Obi going to be the president of the country? Is he going to win the election and be the president of the country? This is the question. And another person now begin to ask another question. He said right away, is the man called Atiku going to win and be the president of Nigeria come 2023? And this is a question also people are asking. Another person now begin to ask her and say, is Ahmed Bola Tinubu going to be the president to win the election and become the president of the country 2023? And another question begin to ask again and say, right in this 2023 that is coming, what's going to happen? Is the election going to hold or not? What is going to happen? These questions are already in the mouth of everybody. These questions are already everywhere. People are asking questions. Who is going to be who, and who is going to win, and what is going to happen? Because human beings are always interested to know and to hear and to understand. But how many human beings are ready to hear the Spirit and what the Spirit is saying? Or we are human beings that are after our own selfish purpose and the purpose of men and what men are saying. Remember, several elections has come and gone in Nigeria. In several voting time that the Lord will bring me out here and begin to prophesy things that will happen very accurate and the most number one accurate in the whole wide world, or what is called the most accurate prophet in the whole world. It is not by power. It is not by might. It's not by anybody's strength. It is only God who owns the heaven and the universe that can prophesy and tell you what is going to happen, and you say it out without fear or favor. Remember, the same thing happened when the Ghana presidential election was set to happen. And people were asking different questions. A lot of people were like, oh, Major Prophet of God, what's going to happen in Ghana? We want to know. Even people from Ghana also flew to Nigeria and come straight away to the Mount of Possibility and said, Major Prophet of God, we want to know. I say, listen, God has not spoken. When God speaks, I'll let you know. But before the election, God is going to speak and tell us the way to follow and what is going to happen. I took the position of a major prophet of God, and I began to go from one step to another, one stage to another, one possibility to another. And the day came, and the Lord said, step on the altar. And I stepped on the altar, and the Lord said, listen to me. I said, yes, sir, my Father. Whatever you say is what the major prophet is going to prophesy. And the Lord began to tell me, say, in Ghana, that the incumbent president is going to have what is called a congratulatory message, and people will be shaking him and congratulating him and say, oh, continue your good work for the next 4 years. And I prophesied it the way it was. And I said it out the way it's going to happen. And definitely that was exactly how it happened. And also, you people remember what happened right there in the United States of America, when the Lord now took the major prophet of God, and I see myself right there in what is called the Mediterranean Sea. This is the same altar. This is the same altar. And I see myself right there in the Mediterranean Sea, and I prophesied the thing that's going to play out. And I talk about what's called top up in the realm of the spirit. And a lot of people do not believe. A lot of people were like, oh, major prophet, how can you say these things? I say, I am not the one saying these things. I'm prophesying what I saw written in the spiritual blackboard. When you look at the board in the realm of the spirit, that's what is called heavenly writing there. And when Jesus was also tabulating what was written there, there was written right there in the house of what is called the people of Babylon, where you have Mene, Tekel, Faso. And so many things that are called heavenly language. When the heaven is writing, that's what's called spiritual handwriting. And also there's what's called spiritual letters. And that's what's called spiritual writings that have been written in the realm of the spirit. It takes the spiritual eyes also to be able to interpret what is written in the realm of the spirit. Because the spiritual things are the things you have to use to compare the spiritual things. And when you lack what's called the spiritual things and you're not comparing spiritual to spiritual, you will make a mistake and you will run and pass the track. Whenever you see yourself in a contest or you see yourself in a running race, many run it, but one win it, the prize. And this is why last week I came out here and I began to tell everybody, I said, listen, we are looking for the goat in Nigeria that's going to be the goat, or we are looking for the goat that will remedy the situation and the problem of the whole nation at large. And I said, we are looking for a goat. And who is going to be the goat? Who is going to be the goat from the eastern region of the country? Who is going to be the goat from the western region of the country? Who is going to be the goat from the northern region of the country? Who is going to be the goat that's going to stand up, especially from this very time that things are falling out of hands? Who is going to be the goat? And are we continuing as one nation, or we are continuing as people that everybody is right there in their father's house and taking care of their motherland and taking care of their place? Are we moving to what is called true federalism, or we are moving into what is called a referendum, or we are moving into what is called the good leadership that people are yearning for and praying for? Which one are we going for? We must continue to pray, because prayer is the key. Remember the songwriter that wrote a song and he said, prayer is the key. Prayer is the key. Prayer is the master's key. Jesus started in prayer and ended in prayer. Prayer is the master's key. And somebody asked a question, they said, man of God, we've been praying for many years. We prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed. When is God going to answer the prayer of the people in the country? Because all the masses of this country are in expectation of the highest. And they are saying, oh God, what is going to be the next phase? Is there going to be a miracle overnight? Is something good going to happen? Who is going to win the election? Who is going to better the people? What is going to happen on the very day of election? What is going to happen in the country? These are the questions that have filled our mouth. Our mouths are filled up with a lot of questions. But the matter remains, what is God saying about the whole situation? And some people say, I am tired of prayer. I don't want to pray again. I prayed and nothing happened. Now listen, I want to ask you a question. And this question I'm asking you is exactly what is in the realm of the spirit. And the question says, is there anything that Jesus cannot do? Is there anything Jehovah cannot do? Is there anything, no, our God cannot do? Is there anything, no, tell me, yo. Is there anything, no, Jesus cannot do? Is there anything, no, our God cannot do? Is there anything, no, our Jesus cannot do? Is there anything, no, tell me, yo. Can do what is so. When your man mama ramo can do what is so. As him on the member to the member can do what is yes, sir. I demand a man can do what is so. I say, when your man of your mammo can do what is so. Secret. When your man can do what is so. I say, when your man can do what is so. I say, when Jehovah can do what is so. Yes. On your man of your man can do what is so. I say, but Jehovah can do what is so. I say, more Jehovah, can do one thing, I say, more your man, can do one thing, wherever you are watching me now, on your man, can do what is I see on your man, can do what is Jehovah can do what is I see on your man, can do what is I see on your man, can do what is oh, Jehovah, can do what is on your man, can do what is so good. What Jehovah can do what is so. Is there anything Jesus cannot do? Is there anything Jehovah cannot do? Is there anything our God cannot do? Is there anything tell me your word?